Malo, do you remember why we're in a cave? Because I don't.
No, actually. You just... Oh, did you do any grinding? Because you did the Olympus Mons thing. Oh, and then I think somebody there told you needed to go into a cave somewhere for some reason.
I'm sure we'll figure out why we're in this cave. In this cave. Video game. Let me get the mouse cursor to a less annoying place. I think you were trying to rescue someone, suggests Spector. Sure. Body critical. Let's just get completely in the way of my own party so they can't help me. Can I do something with the radium other than it feels hot? Cave diver is looking for an excuse to enter Satan's flaming nostril of no return, says Nettie in chat.
The radium was going to be for to power machines, wasn't it?
I think it's for with which to eat.
You should try it with Marie Curie first.
I think I should put it in this conveniently lead-lined bag. Dang it. That is not good enough to de-irradiate myself. I think I should leave it on the ground where I found it and not irradiate my... Okay, I'm still irradiated. The fact that I'm still irradiated actually suggests that it might be safer to touch than I think, and I just needed to give it more time. That's how that's supposed to sound, I think. A fully intact Oxium geode. I forget how
you used to break
Oh,
that?
hammer.
Yeah, hammer, that's right.
Of which this is the right one. 44 blobs of Oxium. Tongs, a heat ray gun. Sweet.
Well, yeah, but you either already had one or you knew about them because they get you the water from the...
I thought I had... Oh, I guess it is just a heat ray. Okay. I thought I had something that was like a heat generator that wasn't a gun. But I guess I'm just imagining things.
Why do you think you gave it to Nellie Bly?
I mean, fair point.
She gets all guns.
Yes. A piece of dirt money, a piece of dirt money, and a piece of dirt money. This is our oil box. This is where we put all our oil. Can you use radium to reload the ray gun? Asks Nettie in chat. It is a heat ray gun. I don't actually... Yeah. Okay, 0 charges. I think you might be on to something here. I think you might be on to something. Stop being in combat. It's fine. Can I drop any of these infinity knives I have with me?
But Nellie Bly is gun and knife lady.
Do I move this into the gun? Do I use this on the gun? Hello.
Ouch, it is very hot.
30 charges. So each chip is 30 charges of gun. Interesting. Now, Nellie's gonna slightly burn to death. Am I killing a dead rockworm? What's happening?
I just realized that Nellie and Nettie sound almost the exact same if you pronounce them in Japanese.
Cool. So why is it that all of the rockworms on this planet are canned? How did that happen?
I think you decided that they're coming out of rocks.
You see a man who is mortally wounded. No,
He looks very dead.
Well, no iron here. I hope Sherman found some, or they'll be stranded here forever. Jean something, coughs for a moment. Please, madame, take these to my brother. Tell him what became of me. He presses his God, it's...
Yep.
The f***ing Freemasons.
Yep.
I don't, just to be clear, I don't want to,
bring on the wrath of the Freemasons.
No. It's there's so many conspiracy theories about Freemasons, and I don't want to encourage any of the conspiracy theories about Freemasons.
But I think this game is going to.
Exactly. His voice is now but a whisper. Le Grand will need these. He is almost third degree. What does he is almost?
Third degree in the Freemasons. Yeah.
Of course, yes. The worms! Damn the worms! His blood warm upon your hands, which God take pity on my soul. His blood warm upon your hands, which really makes it sound like we're the one what killed him, but whatever. Yeah. He sinks back against your arms and sighs his final breath. So we weren't actually standing next to him. Damn the
worms! Damn them all to hell!
I could just take his body back. How heavy does he look? Can I, the great and mighty Boidipus, carry him? Dibs is pretty strong. Sherman is all right. Do you think he do you think he weighs 40 stone? I don't know how much 40 stone is. No. Isn't there like dozens of degrees in masonry? Third degree is very low level stuff, says Nettie in chat. But is low degree low or is low degree high? Oh, well. Bye, Molo. A block of radium has no effect on a heat ray gun.
Sorry about that. My thing decided to stop working for no reason.
Your face. So there are now chips of radium and blocks of radium. Oh, wait, obviously I need to break the blocks of radium into chips of radium. Why did that not occur to me?
Yeah, given that you know about the oxium.
Yeah, exactly. But not using a ball-peen hammer. How about using a bigger hammer?
Well, there's also, remember, isn't there like a pickaxe in this game?
Yeah.
Didn't work on the oxy whatever?
Yeah, all the pickaxe does is dig, because that's what pickaxes are for, ? Molo's having several issues. Nothing works. Nothing works. Nothing works.
Nothing works?
Nothing works.
Nothing works.
Nothing works.
Just pick it up and give it to Nellie to get radiation poisoning.
Enjoy your radiation poisoning. Maybe I need to shoot it with the heat ray gun.
Isn't ray gun the name of that one Australian breakdancer?
Yes. Or the stage name.
Yes.
Speclad suggests I could use the tongs to not get burned when I'm picking them up.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
That makes sense, but only if you can actually equip tongs. Oh, those are pliers. That's a wrench. Those are tongs. Hello.
You can equip tongs.
Great.
You have to find something to put in your bag. You don't have to drop anything. You just have. Remember, your bags are infinite, right?
No, the bags have inventory slots.
Oh,
and
yeah. Okay, the same number.
This one, okay. This one is right, because I just took the tongs out of it. Okay.
Speclad was right as usual.
I'll put this in my lead-lined purse. I'm poisoned.
It's because you're carrying too much radium with you.
Yeah. So it's no longer hot, but it is still radium. It is still radioactive.
I bet they do have some sort of lead-lined container.
Oh, definitely.
That you can get at some point.
I just don't have one.
Yes.
Well, okay, so we're just mildly irradiated. By Fallout standards, we're barely irradiated at all.
Exactly. So I was about to say the game on the left doesn't actually have a player, but all of a sudden a player appeared.
The player's having a real hard time.
Yes.
Again, don't think of them as games, just because that's the prompt. Think of them as lava lamps.
Fair enough. I mean, that looks very much like a lava lamp. Or 2 lava lamps in one.
Okay. Oh, wait. We found the person. We found the person, which is the reason we were in here.
Yes. So those are non-rock worms because they're not coming out of rocks.
Well, they also don't look similar. It's a cave worm.
You learned about all the different kinds of worms at one point.
And I forgot about them.
Me too.
The lantern is out of fuel.
I think you mean fuel.
The lantern is out of fuel. I wonder if any of the brands of kerosene or whatever was fuel. FWEL.
Wow. Well, okay, so it's not quite related to that, but there's a relatively recent we'll call it a nutritional supplement.
Nettie, I tried to pick up his body and bring it back, but he's just too much of a fat ass.
Yeah.
If we cut him up into 5 parts, then each of us could carry a 5th.
There you go. And anyway, there's a nutritional supplement, we'll call it, that's been advertised relatively recently called Huel, Huel.
Oh yeah.
And every time I see it, I in my mind I pronounce it well, because that would be the Spanish pronunciation, and I don't know why in my mind it's Spanish, but it is.
So that's supposed to be it's the same thing as Soylent, right? In that it's supposed to replace all of your meals, which
maybe, yeah. I don't know if that is actually what they advertise, but something similar.
I mean that idea of
but I like eating food.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than enjoying food that tastes like food, I would rather just drink slurry for every meal. I mean, that's very Fallout. I was talking about the mild radiation. No, that's Fallout. That's straight out of Fallout. Yeah, sure, we don't get to enjoy the taste of food, but we do get nutrition technically. Oh, that's Nellie Bly. I was like, why did the corpse become these gray blobs? It didn't. It didn't become gray blobs. Well, that was fun. I mean, should I finish exploring the cave just to follow the left wall? Yes. Glad I finished my own thought there. I suspect Malo is having connection.
No. I just didn't have anything to add.
You agree with my religious stance that I should follow the left wall because, of course, I should.
Because it's left wallerism.
Yeah. I'm a left walloon.
A left walleye.
No, walloon is an actual thing.
Yeah, I understand that. I know.
I don't remember where Wallonia is. It feels
it's near Belgium, I think.
Yeah. Isn't it oh dang it, because Belgium has the French. Right, it's the Frenchy part of Belgium, not the Dutchy part of Belgium, I think. Wallonia. Nettie corroborated just before, or just after, sorry, I remembered.
Speclad spoke the truth.
Walloon is short for weather balloon, right? Since Speclad in chat. Weather balloons aren't real.
They're all aliens.
They're all actually aliens.
Don't bring up these conspiracies about weather balloons.
The concept of weather balloons was invented to cover up aliens.
Exactly. Just like the concept of contrails was invented to cover up chemtrails.
I always forget which bag is which. 64 blobs of oxium. That's so many blobs. I don't really need another hammer. 2 berries and 6 torches. I don't know if I need torches. When do I get magic? Surely I should be able to create light magically, because this is an Ultima game.
Given the way the rest of this game is played out, I'm pretty sure this Ultima is gonna be like trying to be realistic. It's not, obviously, but
I was thinking that the well, that's very exciting, but it's not on the left wall. I was thinking that the Martians might have magic.
I mean, unless you consider like taking those berries magic, the ones that allow you to move things with your mind.
Yeah, the way I forgot about that. Yeah, that's
but that is what I think is the extent of the magic in this game. I think most of it's going to be like technology.
You see a brobot, says Speclad in chat. I think Sonic Boom made that exact joke.
Sonic Boom made that ejac joke.
Sonic Boom made that ejac joke. And it did too. Sonic Boom is the only Sonic franchise thing that makes a direct reference to weird, creepy Sonic fan art. Oh boy, it has 1 load of dirt.
I think you mean, oh boy.
Oh boy. I forget whether I have any way of dealing with the fact that I'm fairly dead.
Resting is, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Boy, you've in 1 week, you've really just forgotten this game.
You forget that after playing this game, I play...
You play another game. I get that. I didn't forget that. But
game is much better than this game.
Sure. But last week, I think you remembered more than me. And this week, it feels like you've reverted.
Yep. Interesting. There's a lot of new things here. There's a rivet gun, a pick. Well, that's riveting. Not new, and a hand drill. I don't think I have a hand drill.
I don't think you do either.
But I do now. I don't want that pick. It's annoying that I can't, the only way to get rid of it when it's in a box like that is to pick it up and then drop it again. And I can't because Nellie Bly's in the damned way. It's... if there's room to the side, then I can just move it, but in this particular box... Okay, a rivet gun. The rivet gun is too heavy. Well, I guess I am carrying 51 stone, which is 280 kilograms or something. Hello, Van Whitman. Trying to decide what, if anything, I can drop. And remembering that I need to drop for weight, not for not for slots, even though I do need to drop for slots. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to let some of these other idiots carry some stuff. Well, I can drop one of these shovels. I really don't need both shovels. Oy vey. Whoa. Was that shovel that heavy? What the hell? Music very minimalist recently, says Van Whitman. This area, something about, the music setup in this area, it just keeps, making no sound. Wow, how heavy is this rivet gun? Are rivet guns... I know what rivet guns are, don't I? They're big, don't get me wrong, but they're portable. They're things that you can carry.
I don't have an answer. I don't know that I've ever used a rivet gun before.
I have certainly never used a rivet gun, but I've certainly seen construction workers riveting, and it's it's a two-handed unit, but it's you can carry it. It can be carried. It's not
But this is an 1800s rivet gun.
I think I have a sledgehammer, don't I? Somewhere? That's probably heavy. Yeah, that's a sledgehammer. Here, Sherman, carry the sledgehammer. Whoa! I am down to 16 stone now. That was an extraordinarily heavy sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Wait. That weighed 38 stone. How much is 38 stone? That's a lot. 38 stone.
532 pounds.
Don't give me this garbage pounds in kilograms. 240 kilos. I'm very fat and I weigh like 100K. Luckily, Boidipus is the strongest being who has ever lived.
Well,
so
yeah, you
Boidipus
keep upping
can just
his strength too. You're basically every time he levels up, you're basically having him. Oh, sorry. You're basically having Boidipus do strength training.
Yes. My car's engine weighs less than the rivet gun, says Daddy in chat. My car's engine weighs less because my car doesn't have an engine. But I think if you consider the battery and motor as the engine equivalent, my car definitely weighs, or my car's quote-unquote engine definitely weighs much more. Is your car a bike? Asks Speclad. I think so. Like there's this standard that we call them motors when they're electric motors, but engines when they use fuel. I don't think that's actually a consistent term used in engineering. I think that, like, for some reason we decided that for electric cars.
I think partly because electric motors for other uses have been
called motors,
common
yeah,
for a long time.
Imagine Boidipus hauling a car engine around, says Ben Ribbon in chat. Engineers use engine and motorists use motors, says Speclad in chat. Oh! So baristas use bars, says Ben Ribbon in chat? Yes, but bars as in the unit of barometric pressure. I know nothing of baristing. There must be something pressure related in there. I'm at 29 HP. I'm gonna let y'all take care of this, actually. It's...
You need to find a big chamber in which to...
yeah. In fact, I'm hoping I just found one.
Erect your tent.
Rest until sunrise? How would I know? I mean, I do have a clock is the answer. Oh boy, Boidipus has a dream. Boidipus sees 3 stone obelisks. The sword. Spector, the book. Nellie Bly, the heart. Sherman, the stone. Or the sword, rather. Spector seems like he touches enemies and they just die, says Van Women in chat. Good for Spector. I let the lantern run out of fuel overnight again. Hi. It's an oxy leech. I feel like this was the main entrance. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this crossroads.
Yeah. Okay. So, getting out my Notenbakken. Jaunt walking song, says Ben in the chat. Yeah, the music tends to change quite dramatically. This guy was just like in Olympus Mons, wasn't he? I didn't actually write down his location because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I think he was.
2 north, 112 west. Love that the lava lamp is just falling wood, says Van Webben in chat. That does seem to be what it is. There's also little, like, green glowies that have nothing to do with anything, but it's most... Oh, it's gone. Okay, go east. Always into the east. Oh, that's right! This was through... okay, yeah. And the western end of this tunnel that I got to here was at 16 north, 128 west. Okay, so here's a random empty room. I have no memory. Oh, wait, 128, so it should be east of you. Wait, which means it should have been in here, right? Is this a one direction tunnel? I can't go back? I popped out here, but I can't go back? Or was it this? There we go, found it. Okay, we have to report that Jean Valjean is dead. And go back down again and back up again. There he is. You see a haggard man with a faraway stare. My friend,
He's so
Avatar.
happy.
We are the Avatar. That throws... Like, there are an infinite supply of wrenches in an infinite number of gears all of a sudden. Nothing up until this moment has suggested that we're the Avatar.
Except that you're the main character in an Ultima game.
And Nettie says, I looked it up and the rivet gun is actually 3 times as heavy as my car's engine. That's one strong Boidipus. Your car has a really light engine. Well, then again, I have American perspectives where, you know, if you're not driving a tank, you're not really driving a car. My friend, Avatar, you have found news of my brother? I hope all is well. He's dead, bruh. Sorry, I know nothing of that. You have brought news of my brother? Do you bring back only a son of his death? Boidipus would be carrying always like he's a fancy handbag, says Women in chat. You nod your head. Let me see it, please. You hand him the Just to be clear, I guess I should mention, nothing actually said that S is stone. It's just that stone is the only unit of weight that starts with the letter S. So we just assumed that it's stone.
Yeah.
So that's one possibility.
Well, there's also the additional caveat, or not caveat, but piece of information that this is written by somebody who calls himself Lord British. So of course it's stone.
Yeah. And he is the equivalent of a weeb for Britain in that he barely qualifies as British, but is ultra proud of that connection. Let me see it, please. You hand him the symbol you took from Jean Valjean. Jean's squared compass insignia. Legrand bows his head and tries to keep from crying, even though literally he lives his entire existence mid-cry. He fails. Give me a moment to myself. I'll give you many moments to yourself. Infinite moments to yourself. Now all of then maybe not. Just how many horsepower is Boidipus? Asks Joey in chat. Well, Jahorse is not just a horse, but also a god. So high degree Masonic initiation rites involve an Ultima Marathon. That's how he knows in chat. That actually makes me have more respect for the Masons, because that's like a form of torture.
It's real hazing.
Speculad asked, do you ever confuse the save and load keys? Well, given that save is Control S, no. Like, it's easy to confuse them when it's like F5 and F6 or something. It's not so easy to confuse them when it's Control S and Control R. I don't really have... I mean, I have many things I need to do, but I don't really have a quest right now. Should I go to hell? Yeah, let's go to hell. 25 south, 75 east.
Well, you also now know how to use the heat gun to get the water.
Oh, yes! Yeah, that's
poles.
true. Yeah. So Lord British is an Anglophile, says Van Whitman in chat. Yeah. I prefer the term weeb for Britain.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're Marie Curie. Brito weeb, suggests Van Whitman in chat. I'm gonna go with Anglo weeb. Because in fact, well, he does call himself Lord British, not Lord English. Weeb for Britain sounds like Skype for business, says Specklight in chat. So what you mean is obsolete and replaced by something that everybody hates even more? 25 south, 75 east. Well, let's walk halfway across Mars. Oh, I can't actually extinguish the lantern. It just burns itself out. Well, I'm not quite so ashamed of letting it burn out several times. Imagine Japanese people doing Mr. Bean cosplay, says Nettie in chat. I guarantee you that you are seconds away from finding 1,000 images of that. Mr. Bean is beloved the world over. This is probably a bridge where I've marked where the bridge is, but screw it. At least Mr. Bean doesn't wear his browns, pinks, and greens at the same time, says Van Whitman in chat. I never actually specified. I don't want to suggest that like anybody went against my specifications because it was underspecified, not that they went against my specifications, but I only specified green shirt, pink tie, and it was just assumed by the first person that drew that you wouldn't be wearing a shirt and tie without a jacket. So the jacket was never actually my, like, I didn't put it there. It just appeared. It was Y'all Weasel's choice, really. Hi.
It's a robot to take a berry and talk to.
I mean, it's attacking us, so I think it's more about, like, killing it.
Just because it's called Agrobot doesn't mean it's aggressive.
It means it's agrarian.
Given that the people on this planet are trees, something something agrarian something something.
Huh. So there's no bridge, huh? What is this? What have I just found?
A Masonic Lodge.
I think it actually is agrarian, suggests Becklad. Yeah, actually, I think so too. I think it was like a farming robot that went. Yeah. Now you're gonna complain about me getting constantly distracted, but I'm gonna mention that I have no idea where I have no specific. My whole complaint was I don't know what I'm doing right now, so getting distracted is fine.
When you say your whole complaint is you don't know what you're doing right now, what you're describing is the entirety of every Ultima game.
That's true. Replacement track. We're going to have to fix some of these damned mine cart tracks. Enjoy. Van Whitman, I did specify the solid color green and pink, so... and I said tie. I guess I didn't say like necktie, but it was implied tie, like a standard normal like knotted bow tie. So no is the answer to that question. Electrical controls. Status lights change, but you see no other effect. Valve controls. I like how I look at this panel and I'm like, well, that's valve controls. That's what I'm looking at. How do I know that? On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love said to me, a replacement track, a replacement track, a replacement track, a replacement track. Says Specklight in chat. I mean, if you're one of those people who has like giant like model railways, then that's a pretty good Christmas gift.
Exactly.
So this game made you play Minecraft before Minecraft was Minecraft, says Van Whitman in chat. It was pretty late when Minecraft... Oh, you can't walk on... You had to put mine carts or something. Oh, no. It was pretty late when Minecraft actually got... Oh! Okay, I'm gonna finish one thought, and then I'm gonna finish this thought. It was pretty late when Minecraft actually got minecarts, and also, I thought that this was at the layer we were standing, and I should be able to walk out onto this, but never mind. Looks like I need to put like a minecart onto it, and I thought this was like lava.
You thought that the thing that looks like every other dirt cave in this game
Every other cave
lava.
I've been in this entire video game. I was about to say there's a weird amount of coal, given that this is a dead planet, Mars, but it's not a dead planet. There's so much life on it. Van Whitman, given that this Mars has life, I think all of your knowledge of Martian topography is irrelevant. Mechanical man! You see a mechanical man, and I assume I can't talk to him, but finally we can use the damned berries. The golden head swivels towards you. I will eat your soul. It is not part of my function to know that. I am called Coker. I am called cocaine producer. I extract coal from... this is the same voice. I extract coal from the wall and place it on the conveyor belt. The coal is in the wall. It must be moved to the belt. When the belt is empty, I move coal to it from the wall. The belt moves the coal to the stoker, which is a name. Should now say the highlighted words normally, says Spector in chat. Okay. When the belt is empty, I move coal to it from the wall. The belt moves the coal to stoker.
I assume since Coker is a robot, Stoker is another robot.
Yeah. Well, it's also capitalized. Stoker takes the coal off the other end of the belt. The head turns away from you, and the man returns to what he was doing. I'm just curious whether I would win or he would win, that's all. Neither of us seem to be able to do anything. This is an infinite loop. Okay. Can I move him along tracks? No. You're supposed to make the track for him to ride on, says Van Whitman in chat. So that was my thought when I said, can I move him along the track? But given that I can't move him, seems a little bit unlikely. Oh, we can now walk on.
Could be that once the track is once the track is fixed, that he moves automatically. Yeah. Is that a possibility?
Maybe. I mean, it didn't. Can you ride Coker? Asks Nettie, who was a pervert. The track doesn't seem very broken, is the thing. Like, his track seems fine. But I wonder if Stoker is pretty damn stoked. See, a gold metallic mechanical man. Hey, I didn't need to use the berries, so who the hell do I need to use the berries to talk to? I am called Stoker. I assist in the process of power generation by moving coal from the conveyor belt to the furnace. Power! I saw the key word there. Power. The generators create electrical energy. There are broadcast towers, which then distribute the energy to the surface of the planet. Electrical energy is crucial to the management of the world. The towers are located at the end of the mine tunnels to the east of my chamber. The final tunnel to the surface is wide and well lit. Maybe you can read the robot's minds with berries if they're telling lies, says Nettie in chat. I mean, nothing suggested that that's what the berries did, but given that the robots seem to just be able to talk, maybe. The above-ground cables are fragile and must be protected from any kind of power surge. Any sudden change in power could damage them, and they are essential to surface power distribution. Okay. We are learning so many things right now. So, this is where they produce power. Nice, not at all carbon neutral. Just maybe this is why Mars is so. Maybe it's just that Mars is post climate change, but also post having any atmosphere.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
That is not my function. There are plantals and mechs who function as repairing units following instructions from scrolls. Okay. So A, this suggests that some plantals are programmed. I don't think they intended to suggest that, but whatever. But yeah. We need to find a repair mech. Okay, so we need to find where the power distribution is broken. We need to find a repair mech. We need to find a scroll for the repair mech, and we need to make the repair mech repair the damage. And we might need to do something down here too. It appears on the belt. No, it appears on the belt and is put in the furnace. You did kill the aggro bot, points out Van Whitman in chat. Aggro doesn't, to me, mean repair. The conveyor belt supplies coal, which I put in the furnace. The conveyor belt is not functional and must be repaired. I like how he, they are sentient and capable of communication, and yet they don't know that the coal comes from Coker. Wait, but Coker does know that Stoker is here, so they only know who's further downstream in the process, not who's further upstream in the process. Hi, Dibs. Why is your dumb face here? Lieutenant Dibs clears his throat and says, "There's that fellow named Trippett."
British weeb.
What?
Another a Brit weeb.
Oh yeah. And says, "There's that fellow named Trippett who lives at Olympus. I am certain that he knows how to fix a canvas conveyor belt." Stoker looks at you almost expectantly. He has no capacity for any emotional display or whatever, but he still looks at you expectantly. So I'm betting that we need to fix this, and then because there'll be a sudden surge of power, that'll f something else up, and then we need to fix that. Talk to Trippett about belt repair. Conveyor belt repair. Good to remember what kind of belt we're talking about, so I don't go hey, the holes on my belt have all broken. Can you repair my belt? That's what we just talked about. Yeah. Okay. The furnace is powered by coal and aided by oxium, and that makes sense. You would need an oxidizer. Okay, aided by oxium, and fires the boilers. A small pile of coal will start the furnace, but I must keep it running with coal from the belt. Which sort of suggests we might be able to get it started. It is used to provide the furnace with oxygen to aid burning. There is a large vault east of the chamber with great quantities of oxium. Thanks for that information. The boilers turn the power generators. The generators create electrical energy. There are broadcast towers, which then distribute the energy of to the surface of the planet. Electrical energy. Yeah, I think we actually saw this. Without electrical energy, many of the necessities of life on the surface do not function. Transport and access to certain areas are adversely affected. Yeah. So the barges transport and the bridges access.
Barges and bridges.
Transport tubes. Have we seen anything that looks like transport tubes? And canal bridges do not function without power. So I was assuming that was access. So now I don't know what access is. Many dewars do. The dewars. There are a lot of dewars that don't function.
Dewars, not to be confused with doors.
Yes. I'm getting hurt, but I don't think that he's getting hurt. Coker couldn't even hurt me, but Stoker can kill me.
And you deserve it.
I did. I mean, I attacked it for no reason. Show me unlimited oxium. The Martians had wireless electricity, but no appliances. Not even a television, says Nettie in chat. They have foot baths. I say that as if, like, that answers the thought. Ooh, a scroll. Move this infinitely heavy rivet gun. This scroll is a history of Mars's Industrial Revolution. I really was hoping this was going to be a scroll to control the repair bot. I mean, the Martians are technically mushroom people, says Van Whitman in chat. I've seen nothing to suggest they're fungus. I think they're plants. Boidipus' scarf looks like a mouth with a beard, says Spector in chat. Cool. The Martians never forgot the image of their planet as a love garden of the gods. Even when they began to reject old myths on rational grounds. So they kept on their, like, constant orgy. Like, just their whole world, their world was a continuous orgy, even as the myths that justified it started to sort of slough away. Good for them.
Yes.
Apparently, the powerful ancestral memory of Martian groves via their soil created some interesting tensions not known to humans' weaker and less direct traditions. When industrial technology began to develop, the introduction of machines and furnaces on the surface of Mars offended this sensibility, recalling a myth only alluded to in this volume about evil forces hurling stones at the planet. The decision was made to put all the machinery underground and to develop mechanical Martians to maintain it under the cruel lightlessness of that place. What mechanisms were necessarily on the surface were made as beautiful and non-intrusive as possible and were powered by broadcast electricity generated underground. Can we have this for Earth, please? Take all of the roads and put them underground, and people who drive cars can just be in a prison of tunnels forever, and then the people who aren't driving cars can actually walk places and not be killed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I made that entirely about cars. Other things can also go underground, but still. Huh. I kind of don't want to leave this place because I now, like, have an actual quest. You want to go to an underground prison? As Speculated Chat? I mean, only while I'm driving. I'm happy to have that be what driving is. Appears to be mechanical controls. You are completely unsure what you just did. Well, that's probably fine. Yeah, I'm not going to leave this place because I know how to get back to Olympus Mons from the other entrance. Oh yeah, that's the hand drill. We already have one of those. Mortar and pestle. I don't think we have a mortar and pestle. I don't think I know how to pronounce mortar and pestle.
I don't think mortar and pestle knows how to pronounce you.
I don't think mortar and pestle knows how to pronounce you.
In Soviet Russia.
In Soviet Russia, mortar and pestle pronounces you. Utter nonsense.